mentioned that you start the violin with the A to the minor third,
Mm-hmm.
and then with the fourth finger. So is the cello method coordinated with that at all?
It is, I would say it is similar. On the cello, of course, you have the problem you can't play a string, you can't play a scale without shifting, without open strings.
Yes.
It's just simply because of the size of the instrument and the fact that when we move a second finger from a low second finger to a high second finger, the cello uses a second and a third finger
Mm-hmm.
on that. So that's different. You'll find that different in the cello method, and so the shifting is really, and shifting and playing in position in the cello method is really reserved for the fourth volume. So there's no shifting reference in volumes 2 and 3.
But if you had the two instruments in the same class, the cello just wouldn't shift.
That's right.
So you couldn't.
Yeah, that could work. There are also some books available that are for either a quartet or for a small orchestra that deal in the very beginning with very easy canons that are coordinated in terms of the pitches and the keys between violin, viola, and cello. In German they're called Spielbücher. They haven't been translated, and I'm not sure that the translation is really necessary because it's just music. It's little as you need to translate the Mendelssohn concerto.
Are these part of your method?
Yes.
Oh, they're just
Yeah.
materials. Okay.
There are materials that are available under the Sassmannshaus method. There's one Spielbuch for beginners. There's one that is a Christmas book, which is seasonal.
And I have one other question about that, because you mentioned you started out with you do the finger patterns. The first finger pattern was the extended, would be with the high.
Finger pattern one is with the high third finger,
the
right?
high third finger, so for the cellos that would mean a forward extension.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
that can be, my experience is it can be quite difficult for students, or maybe it depends on how you introduce it, but, so is the cello method also that is finger pattern number 1?
I would have to look that up. I don't know that from memory right now. I remember we had a lot of discussions when we translated it, how we call the extensions, and in the end we just went to one word, which is extension, and because what you extend is the first finger downward. Yeah, you don't want the kids to get into extending other fingers upwards. You always go from the fourth finger down. The same on the violin. So on the violins you can play tenths, and that is. But the extension is dealt with, and it goes through all the keys in the third and fourth volume with the necessary extensions. Since I use the violin method
Yes.
more often, so forgive me if I'm not that current on it. Yeah.